the way, I want to play video games, but I don't know where to start because the place that I stopped. So the place that I stopped was Nintendo, and then I think I got that little like upgraded Nintendo. I don't know if that's the Twitch. Is that the Twitch?
Are you talking about a Switch?
Oh, I have a Switch.
Yeah.
I also have dyslexia. Yes, I have a Switch.
You could play Mario Kart with us online.
Like we could watch each other play it?
And play with us at the same time.
Okay, so I just need like but I also, so I dated somebody once that was like doing a really cool game that I thought was really cool where you create, I don't know, it was a World of Warcraft.
Okay.
And like, is that, I don't know what's cool and what's not, so you're gonna have to walk me through this, but like you create your own character and then like you go through the worlds. I really liked that, but you know, we broke up and I don't, you know, he got me this like amazing computer with an alien on it, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with
Alienware. Yeah.
So,
okay. We can walk you through everything.
So like, I don't know how to get into the.
That's the easy part. That's the easy part. We can say. You mean you don't have people? You're telling me you don't have people that do that for you? You don't have like 7 or 8 people surrounding you right now?
Have you not been paying attention? I'm a loner. I'm a big loner. I'm a loner.
Oh, you have dogs?
Yeah. I have the most amazing dogs and a kitty and a family, like a big family, a big Italian American family.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a Google search thing. That's all. Because I'm just saying, like every time, listen, and I don't mind. I think it's funny. Every time you would tweet at me, you know, whether it's joking or whatever, I would get tons of emails. You know, she has a boyfriend, right? Here's the article. You know this, and I'm just like, where in the world did you get anything like that from a tweet on Twitter? Like, where do these people? They make up all kinds of. Then they're like, I get messages that, and they make me laugh. They make me laugh, so I'm greatly entertained. They're like, "Are you gonna fight her for charity?" And I was like, "You want me to get into the ring with someone who has training?"
Wait a second. Okay, so how tall are you? You said
6'3.5".
You are not.
6'3.5".
No, big. You're not.
And I'm about 255, 260.
No, you aren't. I don't believe any of that.
I'm big. I'm trying to find a picture of me. I don't have one anyway.
Where's your? Oh yeah, where's like
I don't know.
Let me see your wingspan.
I mean, it's pretty. I don't know if that works, but yeah. Like this is 2x. I don't know. That doesn't matter, does it? Yeah.
This is 2x. No, actually, this is large, but you know, whatever. No, so I don't know. I think that you know who told me to stay very mysterious about things like that, and as far as like relationships and sexuality and all of that, you know who told me to be very secretive about that and to let people make up their own ideas was Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah, he always told me, let people just, just let people think whatever they want when it comes to that, because, you know, people kind of just, people want to, you know, think about, especially the characters I've played, you know, like they want to relate to them on some level, and whatever level they relate to them on, I'm completely fine. So, so I usually try to keep my personal and my family and all the drama that I have, the same drama that anybody else has. It's actually ridiculous. We're just normal people. We have the same arguments that everybody else has. We all have the same kind of like, oh my gosh, that one person in the family, like we have all of that. It's
Okay,
like,
so let me just tell you this. If my sister was in the octagon, okay, and we get together on Thanksgiving and we start to get into a little argument, in the back of my mind, it will start to play out and it won't end well for me because this is all I got left, okay?
oh,
Like this is I don't need this over here. I don't need this over here. Um
but
so
that's
yeah, so
the way I look at that.
you never
Is
got into a fist fight with your sisters or brother?
no, my dad was
Okay.
very clear. I don't have,
Okay, okay.
I only have two sisters.
Okay, okay.
So my dad was very clear that if you're gonna fight, like we have a very, I don't know, my dad's, he's an interesting man. He's, every time you introduce, if you get introduced to someone, you shake their hand, not over aggressively, but you shake their hand and you look them in their eyes. That's key. The also other thing is if you're getting into a physical fight with a family member, you don't touch their face. And when you're speaking
Ah.
with people, it's kind of like if you're upset with someone or if you, there's a no physical contact
Mm-hmm.
rule. So like if like if you're, even when you're joking around, like Italians joke around and it's just like don't, there's a no touching, like if somebody touches your face, it's considered disrespectful in my family. So we never got into fights like that. But I got into plenty of fights growing up in Las Vegas. I don't know, being like, I bring something I bring something really good out in people and then I bring something really aggressive out in people. And I don't know, it's obvious, like,
And
I
you're
mean,
socially awkward? How do you someone that's socially awkward start fights with people?
I don't know. I don't start them. I used to just walk into the room and I'm completely okay with walking away from fights, but
Oh.
for some reason, I don't know. I think it's kind of like what we've experienced on Twitter to a point. It's like, no, I'm gonna stay around. And if my
Mm-hmm.
presence bothers you, okay. But also a lot of people are not bothered by my Twitter presence or my social media presence. And I focus more on those people. So um I don't know. I bring the fire out of in people and I bring stuff out in people and I'm not sure why, but it's just it happens in my family too, by the way. If I get involved in an argument, then people usually don't talk to each other for a month and they're sorry. But
Yeah. How can I? All right, just I'm curious about a couple things non-Star Wars related. Because I think I'm the expert on Star Wars stuff, so it's okay. Hey, we got it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, you're definitely probably the more expert in this conversation for sure.
I'm gonna have to edit that out because if anybody watches this, they're gonna think. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but like I've become a fan through being a part of it.
I can't
Um,
imagine.
and I think that's just been the most incredible thing. I mean, the
Gina,
most.
when? Just tell me this. When did you know about Luke Skywalker?
um,
You don't have to tell me if you can't. I don't want anyone in trouble. I
no,
don't
no,
want,
no.
you know me. I don't
Yeah.
release DMs. I don't do anything like that. Like, I'm
So
very
it was very
protective.
secretive. It was very secretive. And Lucasfilm is extremely secret. It's the most secretive thing that I've ever been a part of. That is being a
I
part
can't
of
imagine.
Mandalorian. To the point where like you have to wear cloaks in between studios, like big black cloaks, so that like somebody from the top of the roof doesn't take pictures. Um, uh, to the point where like there's a special place where you can get the scripts, but you only get the scripts that you're in. Um,
Oh, okay.
and
That
they
makes
got your
sense.
name printed out all over it, so anything ever gets out. But more importantly, I think there's such a respect. I have such a respect for Jon Favreau and Dave
Mm-hmm.
Filoni that their heart and their passion in coming to set every morning and getting everybody like just so. This is not just a regular. You walk down this, you
I
do
can
this scene.
imagine.
They inspire you to just, they bring you to tears, and you're like, I thought we were just killing stormtroopers here, but there is a bigger deal here. I mean, like the most incredible talks from Jon Favreau every morning to the entire set is just, that's a real leader. And so keeping secrets for me is like, hey, I want people to be surprised. I'm a personal big
Oh
fan of
yeah.
surprises. So I wouldn't want to ruin that. And I respect from the moment I walked out on stage for Celebration and getting that kind of energy from the Star Wars fans, then I realized people people love this. So why wouldn't they want to be surprised? And
That
so
is why. Yeah.
keeping secrets is good. I can keep a lot of secrets and I have all the secrets. All of them.
Really.
All of them. Okay, I don't have all of
Really?
them, but I have
No, no.
all of them.
That is I've never been part of a fandom so passionate from 5 years old to 95 years old. You know, I mean, like even my channel, like I won't go into that because it's it. But I like I showed you like in pictures, like my fans, they know what I like, and so they constantly. What's it like being on a Funko Pop? I mean, that's the real question here. You know. Anyway, sorry, but you didn't know about Luke till like near the end. Like,
Well, yeah, so
sorry. I'm like
no,
I'm
no, it's fine.
nervous. Forgive me.
So I started finding out about it in the makeup trailer, basically, because you're like, oh wait, who's that? And because they didn't say it in the script. And then, everybody starts, because everybody that works on this project is, everybody works on that has worked on the Mandalorian is insane, like insane Star Wars fans.
Mm.
And they have the shirts and they're like, wait a second. And so everybody starts doing a little whispering because we're all signed to something, we're all whispering, who's that? Who's that? And then after working with each other for 2 years, then we're like, oh my gosh. And I think that's the genius that is, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni is like, they're not out there doing a bunch of promoting, because what happens when you promote, you start giving away secrets. There's so many times in the first season where I was like, Carl, shut up about the baby. I was like, oh
Good
gosh.
old Apollo
And we catch
Creed.
each other. We'd be like, oh, we weren't supposed to say that, So like, I think that's the real genius behind John is he's like, he's not willing to he thinks mystery is good, and I think that
I couldn't agree more.
yeah, yeah.
I got a text message for that episode, and all I was told was turn off your phone when you get done from work. Do not go on social media
No.
until you watch The Mandalorian, because everybody knows how much I love Luke Sky. I mean, look, everybody knows how much I love Luke Skywalker, and so it was
Gosh.
it
And
was
can I
just
tell
like,
you, on set, for that whole thing, I have to tell you, like it felt magical. It felt there was like electricity happening in the room, and there's just a specialness about it that you feel sometimes as an actor. You feel sometimes, there's special moments throughout the entire that there felt like this was a definite moment and everybody in the room feels it. And so it's
woo!
that fans and people are so attuned to so much. And one day you'll be proud of yourselves for being this
Mm-hmm.
in tune.
All right. Let me just take that in for a second. All right. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. It was a moment, man. That was it was a moment for me and everything else. But the real question I want to know is, when you first got into the ring to fight, did you get like texts from your mom and dad like, don't do it, like my baby, don't hurt my baby, please? Like, was there any of that, or were they like, kick their butt, okay, and come home and like we'll talk about it later? Was it or did you not tell them? Were you just one of them sneaky kids that were
um,
like, how did you get that black eye, Gina? Gina Joy, how did you get that black eye? Nothing, mom, I fell off the skateboard. You know.
so I went out with coach. Wait, the screen is frozen on the most hilarious.
On you?
Like the screen was frozen. No, on you. It looked like you were doing the Leonardo DiCaprio face.
Oh,
You know that?
well, it wasn't frozen on my side, so that's the important thing.
Oh my gosh, but I couldn't stop staring at it. It was so funny. I wanted to do
That's
this. I
great.
wanted to get out
Gina's
my
staring
camera.
at my face, everyone. At my face.
And it was like, it was when it came to fighting, I started fighting in what we call smokers, which was like over a decade ago, where you just kind of show up into a gym and you just kind of fight whoever was close to your weight class there. And that was how it was, basically like Fight Club. I don't think they allow smokers anymore. We call them
Ooh.
smokers. So you'd show up, you'd train, you show up, and a bunch of these people from this gym would fight these people from this gym. And so that's how I got into fighting. And I would come home from Christmas, and I was going to school at UNLV for psychology, and and I'd come home and be like,
What? All right.
and
That's
and they come
awesome.
up and be like, "Oh, Gina, you still fighting? You still fighting for a living?" And I was like, yeah, because it made me a better person by training and yes, getting punched in the head consistently and having to raise the bar every day. Like it made me a better person. And then like the next Christmas I'd come home and they're like, all right, well, my friends have heard of you, And then
Ooh.
the next Christmas I come home and they'd be like, oh, so you're on CBS and you're fighting, And so it's like it gradually got to the point where all of a sudden people were like, my family were like, oh my gosh, my kids are watching you in Star Wars. And I'm like, I don't know how this happens. This just happened. So
That's
I don't know.
awesome.
But I do have a plan. I do have a plan moving forward. I haven't had I've just followed my heart up until now, which
Hmm.
I feel like people should,
Are you gonna have to repeat
like
yourself?
people
Wait,
seem to
repeat
be
yourself
attracted.
again. It kind of broke up at the most important part that you were about to say something. And you're frozen again. Thank you, Zoom. Thank you, Zoom, for making my dream come true at the most critical part of Gina's speech. You froze. All right, you're back.
Okay,
Said I have a
am I back?
plan.
Okay, I have a plan. I have a plan moving forward. I have a dream. I have a dream that I actually want to fulfill that, in the past I've been going by my heart and now I've got a dream, which is giving me so much fire and focus. But I mean, and I encourage people like you, and I want to encourage people like you. Like, you have a plan. You've been through a lot that people probably don't even know about. And I want to encourage that. Like, this is where the news should come from. This is where, I mean, whatever you want to do, I hope you do it. And I hope that and you have the confidence and the spirit to just embrace it and go for it, because we can't rely on other people anymore. We can't rely on
No.
big news. We can't rely on big tech. We can't rely on anything. We have to rely on who we're meeting and who I've met this year, including yourself and including so many people. That's where I'm going to get my news from. That's who I'm going to support. I'm going to throw my support that way, because that's who we need to encourage, because we can't keep on supporting these machines that aren't broken.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Right?
I couldn't agree more. I try to do that. I try to encourage people as well, like that. With my book coming out too, I like want to go.
Wait, what is this book?
You really want to know?
Hmm.
When I was teaching in class, when I left the field, I guess you'd say, and I was teaching in classroom for a
What
few
do you mean by the
years.
field, just in case anybody new is?
Yeah, I was like, I would travel to different countries with teams, and we would build homes, and sometimes we'd bring doctors, and sometimes we did stuff like that. And so I was kind of like one of the coordinators on the ground, where they'd be like, hey Jay, we got some people coming in. Like I'm in Haiti, and they're like, can you pick them up? Yeah, no problem. And I would do that for a little while, and so they got to the point where I had to stop because it's a lot. It's a lot of stress and a lot of anyway. It was a lot, and it's like I did it for a long time, so it's like I gotta reel it in now. And yeah, and so I became a fifth grade teacher. It kind of stirred something where it was like, how do you reach a young generation and let them know that they do have value, that they're important, that they have purpose, whether they're rich, whether they're poor, whether they're wherever, whatever, and that they have value. Everybody in the world has value. You're born here, I believe, at a certain time and day to do something. Some people are good listeners. Some people are good musicians. Some people are good this. Some people are good at taking. I mean, the whole nine. The world needs your gift. Everybody has a gift. The world needs it, and it helps heal the world. And so I started writing this story about a group of fifth graders, and they live in a world that's void of color, kind of like the movie Pleasantville, if anybody saw that, but it's a little different. And one by one, a student finds a color and has a relationship with that color, and the color kind of pours into that thought process that you are important, that you have value, that even though you think you're average at everything, you still have something to do. And so it just kind of was something inside me. I'm not an author. I had a lot of help. I had a lot of editors. I had a lot of creative people. I had people help me with storyboard. And it's been like a 3-year project for a little, because I wanted it done well, and I had other writers come.
Is it a children's book or is it a book for?
From what I sent it out to some testers, and they like the range between 5th and 8th grade. So I don't know what you would call that, but it's a series of 7. I don't know how it's gonna do. Like I figured if my mom buys a copy, then I'm good. But
I'm buying a copy, and you better sign it. I'll buy. I can't wait. This sounds amazing.
I have to sign it. All right.
You better get used to that.
I'll figure something out. But no. But my good friend Anna, she's doing some of the artwork for it. She's incredible. I'm gonna go to like some of these areas, the Boys and Girls Club, and places that kind of get forgotten in society because of the poverty rate, I guess you say.
Yeah.
I mean, and it is what it is. I'm not saying that rich people don't go or celebrity or whatever, but a lot of times they kind of get forgotten for like bigger universities speaking. Anyway, the whole mess.
Well,
so
if you ever need a Huckleberry, if you ever need someone to come along, I don't know.
I've been saying Orlando's been waiting for you.
I know.
Tour guide right here.
I know. Florida looks really appealing. Coming from California, it looks like it's just amazing there.
It is amazing. Everything about it is amazing.
I mean, are you guys roaming the streets freely as free human Americans?
Yep.
Yeah. So when I was little, when I was 16, when I was 15, I wanted to be a drummer. I wanted to be a drummer so bad. I got a drum set, and I got a drum coach, and I can kind of do like the beat, like, and I actually.
Hello, guitar player here.
I mean, we're starting a band.
I play the key. I teach piano sometimes over the summer.
Really?
All right, so it's all set. Like,
wait, no, I have to get the drumming skills. So when I told Bill Burr, when me and him did the episode together, he was I was like, my first dream was to be a drummer, to be a female drummer in a freaking punk band, and that's where I wanted to be. But my second thing I wanted to do was I wanted to work at an elderly home, which I know those are 2 completely different things, but that's just my life. It's just 2 different things.